Yes, people, what's going on? I've got about 17 minutes worth of battery life and I've tried to film this video 3-4 times. I'm not happy at all. We're talking about the European Super League. Before I got into this video, make sure you subscribe. Let's just go. I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming. And this isn't the game that I fell in love with, do you know what I mean? Now, I'm always going to try and support Chelsea the best way that I can, but the likelihood is people will be priced out if the emergence of this European Super League comes about. Because we're able to watch it from home. Am I going to be able to go to games? Maybe not. Can I afford it? Maybe not. You know, there's so many things going on at the moment, especially with the old Rona. Problems. Everyone's got problems in this life. Everyone has got their problems. But yet, certain people in football want to think that their greed is absolutely justified. We've all made sacrifices in the last year, and yet here we are, in the same fucking boat, yet they think because they put in a little bit more money before, they're not necessarily in the boat. They fucking are. We're all here. I can fucking shake your hand if I really want to. You want money, I want money. The likelihood is you can probably get it a little bit easier than I can because you've got shitloads of it already. But yet here we are, all doing the same thing. Now, again, make sure you subscribe. I want to show this. I want to show you this. This is the golden triangle in sport. The golden triangle in sport is the relationship between the clubs, or the sport itself, shall we say, and then the media and the sponsors. And essentially all this diagram is, it's very simple, it's well established in the world of sports, especially in sports media, it's the relationship between all three. The relationship between all three can't exist without the other two. That's essentially the bottom line. Premier League, use that as an example. Premier League's got a really good product. They need the media outlets to be able to go and show what they've got. So they go and pay someone like Sky and BT, or Sky and BT pay them, and they get this great product. Brilliant. The sponsors, they look at it and go, oh, okay, well, Chelsea's sponsored by Nike. So we put the kit sponsor on the game, and then that gets shown onto the TV. It's very obvious. I'm not even going to try and explain it. It's very obvious. Don't get it, then maybe sport's not for you. But it's there. It's obvious. It's very easy to see. This is going to turn into a rant, so I might as well go for it from the word go. Very proud to be English and have English football heritage, and it's a fucking fantastic game. It's a really great game. And all this European Super League is going to do is kill that. It's going to absolutely kill that. The FA Cup semi-final I've just watched, I'm doing this on a Sunday night, it'll be out with you probably Monday morning, Monday afternoon. I've just watched Southampton versus Leicester in the FA Cup semi-final. Now Leicester, who are not one of these teams included in this big six for England, are in an FA Cup final. Chelsea have knocked out one of these sides, Manchester City. Other than that, we've had a pretty easy run, actually. Southampton knocked out Arsenal. Leicester knocked out Man United. There's a few others I can't even think of. But you get the gist anyway. You get the gist. As a product, the Premier League and English football as a whole, the product is not made better by this European Super League. Not at all. Because, see this game here. Bradford versus Swansea in a League Cup final. This is the unpredictability of English football. This shit can happen and has happened. And yet Southampton and Leicester have now got through to an FA Cup semi-final. Leicester are in the FA Cup final against Chelsea. 5 of the big 6 are apparently not as good as Leicester or fucking Bradford and Swansea in these years or whatever. But apparently have the right to go into a massive Super League and make shitloads more money than everyone else does. The game at the moment works fine. It's not perfect, it works fine. For me, personally, I look at how Sky reacted. Gary Neville, absolutely superb rant. Really, really enjoyed it. Go and watch it after this video if you haven't seen it. Superb rant from him. But Sky Sports, when it saw about the potential announcement about the European Super League, shit itself. Because Sky is a product, what they've been providing for the last 10 years probably, hasn't really been as good as it could have been. I can't lie, I very much like Sky and want to work for them in the future, but the product they've been providing hasn't necessarily been as wonderful as it could be. That's my opinion. Again, this is my opinion, not speaking on behalf of other people. It hasn't necessarily been the best product in the world. But Sky have gotten away with it because they've got this massive monopoly on it. The Premier League are happy because their product's getting out and the sponsors are happy. But the clubs aren't happy because they can make more money. They can make more money. who's going to spend the money? And this is the thing about the golden triangle. Who's spending the money to get where we want to be? It's the fans. Let's put the diagram back up. This diagram is missing the fans. We're the ones that pay the money week in, week out to go and watch our team, go and pay the merchandise for the team, go and do whatever we can to support the team and get enjoyment out of the game. Football was originally about boosting morale, and all this shit is doing is killing morale. You can just look at Twitter for 5 seconds, search the word Super League in. Super League is a rugby league. Now you'd put Super League in, and everyone's talking about football. Everyone's talking about football. Because this kind of shit riles people. It pisses us off. Because everything we've done for the last 20, 30 years, I'm 23 years of age, football as I know it has always been good. It's not been quality, it's not been the best it could be, but that's why broadcasting rights should come in. Let's up the quality. I'm a big NFL fan. There's a streaming service in the NFL. It's amazing. It's really good. And this is essentially what the European Super League wants to do. It wants to be a part of this big, we're going to have so many teams, every single game's going to be fucking great. Well, they're not going to all be great, are they? They're not all going to be great, because in previous years, I don't know who the three Italian sides are. I'm going to assume it's the 2 Milan sides and Juventus. So let's put AC Milan on, who have massively faded off this year, against Tottenham, who are also faded off this year. Or Arsenal. Is that a great game of football? No, not at all. Not really. Now, the idea is, we get more money, we're going to be able to get better players in. Okay, that's fine. Where are you going to get these better players from? The other clubs in the Super League? Because they're not going to sell them to you if you're now a direct rival. So all you're going to do is take away the best players from outside the Super League, from Bayern Munich, who have very notably stayed out of this, PSG, who have very notably stayed out of this, a few others as well, Porto, Benfica, Dortmund, another few sides that have all stayed away from it. Not top 6 Premier League sides, like Leicester, for argument's sake. Take Maddison out of Leicester or something like that. So all you're doing is killing the quality of everything else around it. It's like it's like a weed. It really is. You pull the weed out of the ground, you solve the problem. You try and poison the weed, all it does is just spread shit elsewhere and ruins all the other flowers around you. I'm not a gardening person, but even I know that's basic. That's basic. You put the fucking poison in the ground, it spreads. It causes problems. And every other league that's done nothing wrong, been amazing actually if you ask me, done absolutely nothing wrong, is now getting punished because a couple of dickheads up the top want to be greedy. Now again, I get football is a money business, of course it is, I get it. But it still doesn't mean you have to ruin everyone else. It doesn't mean you have to ruin everything that you've done. There's traditions in this country, and there's traditions all over the world. I watch American sports. I understand that there's no relegation and promotion into the NFL. It's different. In the NFL, you get rewarded for being shit by giving the first overall pick in the draft, or a very high draft pick. It means you can get a better player, so hopefully it transforms your team. That's not going to happen in this. You're going to get teams like Arsenal and Tottenham, especially. They're the main two I can think of. Again, AC Milan, there'll be a few others as well, that will be shit in 5 years' time. And they will just be continuously in this Super League with absolutely no threat at all. They're comfortable. They are chill. They're going to make money regardless. But we're the fans sitting there at home. Every single week when we go to football, we turn on football, we buy a shirt, we wear our shirt out and about. We take a risk that hopefully the team, the 11 players on the pitch, are going to be able to do the job for us. Let's talk, I'm a Chelsea fan. Let's talk about the 5-2 game against West Brom. Annihilated us, completely and utterly deserved the win. Completely and utterly deserved it. If you'd have paid 65 quid to go and watch that game, you'd have been fucking fuming. You'd have been absolutely fuming. And rightfully so, because Chelsea were dog shit. But at the same time, you would then go and pay 65 quid to watch Chelsea versus Man City. And maybe Chelsea beat Man City again in the FA Cup final, beat them 1-0. It's not a good game of football, we get the result. So, okay, yay. Nice, brilliant. At the same time, what about if you pay 65 quid to go and watch Chelsea versus Man City and Man City beat Chelsea? You're not going to be happy. You're not going to come away from it going, well, it was a good product at least, let's walk away. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen at all. All you're doing is you're trying to encourage these neutral fans to support one of these big 6 or 7, 8, 9, how many sides are it fucking going to be? Support one of these top 10 teams in Europe that aren't even the top 10 teams in Europe. Because you're not including Dortmund, PSG, Bayern Munich, last two, year's finalist, by the way, in the Champions League. Just saying. Lyon, another semi-finalist, not being included. What does it mean? It means nothing. It means absolutely fuck all. Now, again, look, for me, I think this whole thing is a marketing ploy. I think they're trying to get more money out of their own individual leagues. And I find it very interesting that the Champions League is set to make an announcement this week, but yet these teams have said, oh yeah, we'll sign our interest now, say that we're semi-interested. All they're going to do is turn around and go to the Champions League and to UEFA and the Premier League and whoever and just go, okay, give us more money. Make a product that's better for us. Make something that we want to be a part of. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. These products do need to be better. Of course they do. Of course they do. They could have a streaming service in the Premier League. They could do whatever. But certain things are in place to protect the integrity of football. I don't have a problem with money in football. No one does. Chelsea have been very lucky with money in football. But you take a risk on someone like Timo Werner, you pay £50 million, it don't work out. That's part of the gamble. The club puts in the gamble, we put in the gamble, getting him on the back of our fucking shirt. It don't work out. We pay the ticket, it doesn't work out. There's a mutual respect of the gamble there. In this particular situation with the Super League, no gamble for them, just for us, the fans. They're profiting off of us gambling that this team's going to show up every single week and the product's not going to be as good. Now, I'm going to support Chelsea as best I can and whatever, and we will all continue to support our team. But can you really do it sustainably? No, you fucking can't. Because at some point, you're going to get priced out. And the people across the world, overseas, people in this country that have got more money than others are going to be able to prevail. They're going to be able to make the most out of it. They're going to continue to spend money, and people like me, just the average Joe that watches football, enjoys it as much as anyone does, is going to be priced out, and the game's going to be shit. The game is going to be absolutely shit. In the NFL, with this same kind of thing, the franchise system, you will very regularly see games that have fuck all fans at it. In the Premier League, whatever game it is, you might have a few less away fans travel because they're coming from up north, down south or something, but you'll always pretty much see full capacity stadiums. Full capacity stadiums, unless you do something wrong that prices out your fans. That is not a broken thing. Maybe just be a little bit more savvy with your money, and maybe we would all be in a better situation. But hey, there we are. That's just greed for you. All you're going to do is kill the smaller teams down the bottom. The Premier League's going to massively suffer. All the teams in the Premier League and the Championship and League 1 and 2 and right the way down to non-league is going to suffer because of a few dickheads up the top being too greedy. Fuck that shit. I ain't being involved in that. I'm going to support Chelsea as best as I can, but the likelihood is I'm going to be priced out. And that's not something I want to be fucking working in and being involved in. Fuck that shit. I saw a few content creators going, I'll go and watch my local non-league team because at least I've got some more of a connection. Ajax also as well, another massive side. Don't see them getting involved, do you? Don't see them getting involved. Don't see Porto, Benfica. This is for a few clubs that believe they have a fucking monopoly over everyone else. And do you want the real world? You don't. You fucking don't. That's the real world. That is the real world. Now, I'm not going to speak on behalf of anyone bar me. You ain't got a fucking monopoly over the whole of world football. Don't act as if you do. Maybe the Premier League, Champions League, a few other people need to up their game. Because I agree, I do think they do. But the formation of the European Super League fucking ruins football. From everyone, top to fucking bottom. It ruins it for everyone. It takes down the quality. The NFL is a little bit different. Major League Baseball, basketball, it's happening in one country. There is one place you want to play. That is it. This is European football. You hear a lot of Americans and a lot of South Americans as well say, I want to play European football. That's where I want to be. Whether it be in the Premier League, Bundesliga, Liga, La Liga, Serie A, whatever you want to fucking play it in, you want to play European football. That's fine. There's so many different parts of European football, and it's absolutely fine the way it is. Absolutely fine. For me, look, again, I'm going to go because it has turned into a rant. It's an absolute shambles. Let's finish off with the golden triangle in sport. Thank you for watching. If you're new around here, make sure you like, share and subscribe. And I'm going to finish on these words. Think of the fucking fans.